Hello and welcome back to Bourbon Barrel Talk. I'm your host, Scott Minton. Today we're back in the Brock Bourbon Bar and we're drinking some wheated whiskey.
Hot diggity dog.
All right, we are drinking through the Makers Cellar age, which is knocking in at 115.7 proof. It is 13% 11-year-old and 87% 12-year-old Maker's Mark. And then we have the Heaven Hill Select Stock 14-year Bottle Your Own, which this one, Jesus wept, it's 135.8 proof. So
yes,
Hot
baby.
14 years old.
dog.
So we're going to have a little fun drinking through these bad boys. It's been a long time since I've had a weeder that was that high. So
I don't know, but I've just been looking at the legs on the Makers, and they haven't gone anywhere.
dude, they got phenomenal legs. So I was lucky enough to try one of the cellar ages probably about 3 weeks ago prior to this episode. And a buddy of mine's dad got it as a gift because he made somebody a bunch of wood projects and stuff. And
Oh, cool.
so he dropped him off this, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. He's like, well, come on in, let's try it. And I'm like, do you know how much
Okay.
that bottle's worth? He's like, no, I don't care, blah, blah, blah. So we just cracked it, started drinking. I was like, all right, this is the way we're going to go. So
Nice.
I tried everything else. I will say initially, and I'm hoping because, like I said, that one was a fresh crack, right?
Yeah.
So this one's had a little bit of air, it looks like, to it, that I'm hoping maybe I'll have a different experience with this one than I did, that one. But based
About
on
to say something controversial
well,
here.
not even controversial. Just with all the hype that it had, I was expecting more. We'll put it
Maybe
that
a
way.
little disappointed, at least
just
initial.
from the initial, because everybody and their mom was like, "Oh my God, Makers Cellar, best pour of 2023." Different
Yeah.
things like that. So when I tried it, I was like, I had super, super high expectations. So I'm hoping today, revisiting it, not on a fresh crack, what's it going to be like? So we're going to go from there, and we're going to hit this and go from there. So Makers Cellar age, that's the first one we're drinking, right? We went left, right.
Straight away on the nose, it reminds me every Christmas time my dad, for the last 30, almost 40 years, has made Christmas cookies, and he does a date nut pinwheel is one of them. And that is what I'm
Yep.
getting. I'm getting a date sugar.
I mean, my
I'm
dude
getting
straight
that
up went
dough.
date nut pinwheel. Usually the Catholics, they go straight to Springerlings.
He makes
or,
Springerling. That's the
or
other cookie he
like
does.
The liquor side.
The date nut pinwheel is the one that I fucking...
Come on, dog.
Hot cross buns.
Yeah, hot cross buns.
Yes, it's all that, yeah.
No,
Cum jacket.
Johnny, you nailed
Squirtle
it.
doodle.
Thank
Date
you,
is-
Barbara.
date was what I just...
Fuck off, man.
I love you, Johnny.
Whatever.
Anyway.
I get the dates totally, and the sweet.
Yeah, there's definitely a sweetness to it. But yeah, I just love it when John and Barbara will down some pigeonhole of something. My grandma's apple
pie.
I haven't told a story in a hot minute. Thank you very
No,
much.
you haven't.
So
Diggity-dog.
I appreciate it, but it just never ceases to amaze me. Like they'll pull something straight out of the middle of nowhere.
Hey, you always say it brings memories.
I do.
It's the artistic...
Oh, act like Barbara's autistic, maybe.
dick.
I will say the nose on this one's really, really solid.
Really amazing.
It's got some nice caramel. It's got some sweetness. There's a little bit of vanilla in
Why
there.
do we put up with these things?
Because he brings bourbon.
Oh, good point.
And I'm funny.
Fuck. Oh, whatever. No.
I mean, we've seen the meme 100 times in the group text.
Yes, we have.
Now, I'm getting just like this little hint of almost like field hay or maybe barn hay, like that's been aged.
Yeah, I could get, but see, that's that dusty quality that I was kind of expecting whenever I tried this initially.
Yeah.
Didn't get it
and
initially?
Well, it's not that I didn't get it initially; it was not as pronounced as this is.
Gotcha.
Maybe a little of that air oxidation has maybe opened
Possibly,
that up.
yeah. How long has this one been open, Trey?
I opened it the day after the last release, so I don't know, maybe 6 months.
Oh, okay, so it's got
Something
some
like
age on. Yeah,
Yeah, it's been open.
it's got a really, really nice nose.
Johnny, have you taken a swig? Yeah.
That is velvety.
Uh-huh.
And that sweetness, it's hard to figure out. 'Cause
It's almost like a candied date.
Yeah,
I mean, really.
I could see that.
Yeah.
But it's creamy. It's super creamy.
Keep going, Scott.
I'm getting the spice side, and then I'm getting the
Yeah.
sweet side, and I'm trying to
Scott
dive
has
in.
two sides of his
His-
nose.
yeah,
and they,
depending on what side of
they
the nose he
smell
sniffs
different.
with. Yeah.
I'm getting a nice little spice on the tip of the tongue, which is weird. Usually you get that more mid palate, but it's just kind of like that little kind of like pulsating sweetness and spice on that kind of front mid palate.
It's pretty robust, though.
I get the spice all on that mid.
Yep. I get
in the mid.
So I get just a touch on the tip of my tongue, and then it's like the roof of my mouth, and then like the mid palate, like Barbara said.
Yep.
There's definitely some really, really nice, delicate sweetness to it. I'm still going back to like even though this is a solid pour, I'm not at all like saying this is not good. The hype that I had for this bottle, it's just not with the level of flavor that it's coming off of it. It's good. It's delicious. It's better than traditional Makers by 100 miles.
No, hands down.
But that being said, there's just something different that I guess I was just expecting more of that really, really sweet, like mid, like,
and that's what I think's missing.
Leather. Yeah, like, I mean,
It is 100%. If you're gonna go buy one thinking that it's gonna be like a Makers or like a oaky, extra aged Makers, it's not at all. It's completely off Makers Trail, I think. And I'm not like, again, same thing Scott said. Not a bad pour, but just not what you're expecting
I'll tell
from
you
an aged Makers.
the biggest kick in the dick, 70 centiliters. So you only get 700 mils. Like they cheated you out of 50 milliliters.
I'm sorry they cheated you, Scott. I'm sorry.
They didn't cheat me. It cheated Trey.
That is true. I mean, now I don't know if you guys are getting it, but I'm getting that on the kind of like that little aftertaste finish, almost a little bit of a drying oak flavor there. Now it is that kind of aged oak is kind of hitting there a little bit, but it's just after you've already swallowed, you're just kind of sitting there with letting it linger for a little bit. Then you get that drying and oak.
That's what she said. 100%. All right. Now I moved on to this Heaven Hill Select stock. Dude, the nose on this thing is hot. It's got some ethanol, but it's sweet. It's super sweet, but man, it is hot. I mean, that nose is like, woo. Like, I got a couple of nose hairs I think that might still be on fire.
That'll light your britches on fire.
You ain't lying.
I have to talk like that in the show. I got to do an accent, a little redneck,
Oh,
kind of mountainy redneck, a little bit.
Got to get in there, but what sound like Boomhauer?
No, not like Boomhauer.
Are you talking more like the Blue Hills and Appalachia?
More of the Appalachia Hills, yes.
Yeah.
Jethro,
Jethro.
come
Gonna be
on.
work on.
Jethro.
All right, Johnny, you
Beverly
need to hang
Hillbillies.
out with me more when I've had about 17 pours, and you will.
I don't think anyone wants to hang out with you after 17
I
pours.
barely want to hang out with her after one, but
Whatever. But what I'm saying is, the more drinks that I do have, the more
Oh, does
my
the hill
country-
come out of
my
you?
hill
Yeah.
comes out really, really,
I don't, man.
really, really high.
so this one's got some crazy good legs. The color's
The
actually
color's
a little bit
pretty.
better.
Yeah.
A little bit more of an amber
Oh, it's
color.
good.
I would say it's
it's
approaching
really good.
mahogany in color.
Yeah, a little bit darker.
Touch it. It's good. It doesn't drink like touch it, Scott. That to me does not drink like a wheat at all.
Holy crap!
Caramel bomb.
Damn!
I'm getting a lot of sweet.
Wow!
Caramel.
Damn!
That is hot though. It drinks
I
hot.
don't find it hot.
See, I don't either.
I think
You
it's
Hot
super
diggity
super
don't
smooth.
know.
You didn't
Yeah.
get it all, you didn't get
No.
like a crazy right up front, like
Nope.
from the front to the mid palate.
Not at
right
all.
to the roof of your mouth.
I did,
Nope.
but it disappeared quick.
It disappeared
after that.
quick.
Smooth
quickly.
like wheat. Super
Smooth.
sweet.
Super
Yeah.
sweet.
Yes.
Now it did hit me a little bit like mid roof of the mouth,
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
around there.
Yep.
But then it just
Yeah,
dissipated,
it disappeared
really quick.
and the finish is crazy
That is
smooth for 135.
phenomenal.
This
Beautiful.
This is
amazing.
real trouble.
Might need to open that bourbon one in that shelf over there.
At first.
Pretty
ooh.
sure we already have.
We have one open if you want me to. Yeah, we can try it after this cast.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah, that is sweet.
Wow, that is solid.
Oh, tip of the tongue. It still lingers there. That heat, but it's kind of central right there, and then it just
So the
fades
second
away.
pour, it's nothing now. Like, I mean, when it goes in, sweet, smooth, caramel,
I mean,
finish gone.
I mean, the nose
I can't
does-
believe this is
those,
135.
The nose
those
doesn't give
butters-
anything away.
The
No.
butterscotch candies that everybody's grandma has.
Oh, the
in their
Werther's
purse.
original.
Werther's.
original, baby.
Yes.
I think it's more of your traditional butterscotch, the old disc, like the Brock's
Oh,
disc.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not quite as rich and robust as the
like-
Werther's
As
original.
like
You're right. It's
log
not
of-
as creamy.
The log ones that are kind of
No.
like
No.
No,
Like the,
no,
the
no,
little the little golden disc.
Yes, literally
Brock's,
the golden discs.
Everybody and their mom had them.
BRACCS.
Kids growing up, like nobody wanted them.
okay.
They're the ones
Not
that were
Brock's,
kind of.
BROCKS,
I was
but
confused. I was like, you mean
BRACHs.
Not a chance.
These are the
They wish.
These are the ones that was in the almost like parchment paper wrap.
Yeah.
That were wrapped. It had that little white dot in the middle of it.
Yeah, so some of them did. The Brock's ones, if I remember correctly, they literally just said Brock's
They're
and it was
like
clear
cellophane.
plastic cellophane.
Yeah, cellophane.
Yeah, I don't know, but
You're
that's what
thinking
it kind of
something
reminds
different,
me
I
of.
think.
All right, I'm going water on both these just to see what
All right,
happens. I don't
let's
want
go.
to, but man, I'm gonna tell you what,
I'm really surprised that you think the Heaven Hill's that hot.
dude. It was the
don't
second
know.
pull. The second, third pull was not at all, but that
Right,
first pull,
right.
dude, like it lit the roof of my mouth on
I
fire
agree
for a
that-
split second.
Nose hot. The nose is definitely hot.
I mean, right now, after the second or third pull, if I had to guess, I would say it might be
110.
I would say but 115, 118,
Right.
somewhere in that
I don't even
realm.
think it's that.
and we're what,
after.
130?
The first time I drank it, I've been like, God damn, that's 130. Like I would
Yeah,
have said that.
every bit of 130.
But
on
the
first pull.
second pull, it was like, oh, wait a minute. Now, then the third pull, I was like, whoa, like this, what happened? Where'd it go? Like, so I'm back to the Makers Cellar age.
I will not be. I will be staying with the Heaven Hill.
I'm kind of with you there. That being said, I did go back.
Oh, dude,
So,
the nose
I
on
know,
the
I know.
Cellar age
That
with the drop of water.
So
Holy
nice.
crap.
Dude, the caramel just like whoosh. Like
It
an
reminds me
explosion.
of that Heaven Hill.
I wonder if that Heaven Hill was maybe forgotten barrels that were for larceny or something like that.
Could have been. Yeah, 100% it could have been.
So I just polished off the rest of the Makers with water, and it's weird. Like the caramel coats the entire palate, but I'm getting more of a presence of a florally syrup with it, and that's the best way I can describe it. It's like
Like a lavender syrup.
something. I don't know.
Yeah, I was lavender,
Or
honeysuckle,
honeysuckle, yeah.
like one of those. Yeah, like
More of a fieldy type
Yep.
green flower.
I thought you don't use honeysuckle anymore.
I try not to. Also, there's like
That's what he tells somebody else.
Yeah, that's right. You pull the stem. Man, yeah, I like that with a drop.
I think
like
that's
it a
better
lot.
with the water.
Yeah, I think it
actually.
might be better with just a.
Yeah, I
that's
think
probably
this
a
is
rock pour. Yeah.
rock.
Yeah.
All right, now with the Heaven Hill, with a little drippy drop of water.
I already did.
Not as hot on the nose with the water. It kind of tones it down a bit.
That being said, it's still solid.
So it's funny though; it's getting a little bit more of a rye like nose. Yeah,
Nah.
it just got like a little bit of pepper, and just a little bit
Okay.
of like spice, baking
See, it's
spice.
still real sweet for me.
I didn't say it wasn't still sweet. I'm saying that with a drop or two, there is a little bit of like a baking spice and maybe like a light white pepper or something.
Agreed.
Barbara's no, I'm not buying it. Man, that's got a great nose though.
Yeah, I'm about to say I will agree with that. It's weird. It's not a rye, but it comes out with the rye spice almost with a little bit of water in that and the select stock. Now there is a weird like almost like a white pepper, not like black pepper, but that white pepper note that's in there.
And it's
Scott
funny.
had already said that.
It's funny. So like it's still deliciously sweet. It actually has a little bit more proof to it,
Yeah.
even after that drop of water. It's still phenomenally good, really, really sweet. But I feel like that pepper note almost is like in the mid palate that comes through on the taste, and it might be just influenced from the nose. But it's delicious. It's very, very sweet. Trey, what do you think?
He's just enjoying it.
10 out of 10.
He said 10 out of
Oh,
10.
that's fun.
I
I like
was
the
about to say,
phenomenal.
is this if
If
it
it was
was
10, oh man, I think this is a 1.47.
I mean, I seriously think it's like, I don't think it's hot whatsoever. I don't get pepper on it. I get like Weller 12 aged in a honey barrel. I don't even know how to.
Oh, that's an interesting take.
That's
Like-
that's a good
Yeah, that's
description.
interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's really. I mean, there's just no bite.
Yeah,
the
see,
flavor
I-
stays.
I totally get you.
I think it's delicious.
I
like
do
I said,
not have any of that pop.
No,
Yeah.
It's
no,
just super sweet, super smooth, and just
yeah,
very, 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 very incredible.
yes.
All right, we got to rank them out here. I think we all are pretty concise on what wins here. I think I'm a Heaven Hill Select Stock guy, but I will say the Makers Cellar Age with just a drop or two of water. If you put a rock in it, that's a really nice pour. Really, really nice pour. Johnny, same.
I'm gonna be a little different. I think they're so close with water on both of them. I prefer a little bit of water,
Yep.
but there's that funky date nut pinwheel. That to me is where my palate lies.
You just
So,
like that
for me
that spice and
that
sweetness.
spice and sweetness together, dark and flavor. Like that's what I like. So that is spot on. I will say though, I love your description. Weller 12 honey barrel finished. That's pretty spot on.
I've never
For the
had
Heaven
Weller
Hill.
12 honey barrel finish, but I can envision
Well,
what
I
you're
haven't
talking
either.
about.
That's why I said I imagine, honey.
If they did one, it
So
would
somebody
be like
somebody
that, yeah.
recently did do an OWA honey finished.
Oh,
and
nice.
And a
rebarreled it.
special reserve.
Yeah, and a special reserve.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I would be.
I think
willing
they
to
want
try
stupid money for those bottles, but yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I think they were doing 375s for like 220 or something.
Oh,
That's
God.
what- somebody
really?
did a Blanton's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like they did a Dr. Pepper Blanton's.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. They did. Weird. People are crazy.
Well, I'm definitely the Heaven Hill neat.
Okay.
Absolutely neat.
Times 2.
Times 2. So 3 out of 4. Nick,
Heaven Hill.
Heaven Hill, 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Fair.
80%. And listen, I could have went just as easily with you, Johnny. Like with a
Yeah.
drop of water, the Maker Cellar age, just something about this neat, the Heaven Hill. It just hit me right. Mm-hmm. And like I said, at the first pull, I'd have been like, nope, not happening. Just hot, inhaled it, like my nose went up my nose hairs.
I think it's been a minute since I've had anything that 130 plus proof.
Yep,
So I'm just not acclimated to that.
Okay.
fair enough.
profile. But they're both fantastic. I mean,
Absolutely. They're both
they stand out for
incredible.
different reasons.
Yes, they do. They really, really do.
Well, that is our episode of Bourbon Barrel Talk. If you want to find us, you can find us on Facebook, the Instagram, or the X. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, whether you're listening to Spotify, iTunes, Johnny Tsunami's favorite, Google Podcast. I just made that shit up. I have no idea if that's his favorite or not. Anyway, if you want to send us an email, send it to bourbonbarreltalk@gmail.com. This is Scott, Johnny Tsunami, Trey, and the Brock signing off. Peace.
Peace out.
Get to the chopper now.